Hey, welcome back. So we've been building a music streaming service using Phoenix and Elixir. Last time we had just gotten started on building a couple of API endpoints for the player and had hit a snag with one of our view not having a render clause for one of the endpoints, the current audio endpoint in particular, and I was looking at this output here in the console, and I see that there was no bumper and also no song preloaded onto the play struct. So I think that's where we're going to find our trouble is one of there's two different code paths, I think, where that would need to be preloaded, either in the case where a new play is created or in the case where an existing play is loaded. We'll need to make sure that that's being preloaded, the item song in both cases. Oh, also, a few videos ago we had been looking at this static URL function in Phoenix router helpers that's producing a warning message when I recompile. I checked on the GitHub for Phoenix, and it looks like this is resolved in 1.6 RC1. Anyway, a few months ago, I think it was Jose, somebody committed a fix for this, and it was what I thought, just putting the parentheses there. So it's not like a conflict between dependencies or a bug in what we've written, what I've written. You helped, right? Yeah, appreciate all your thoughts and feedback. So yeah, just ignore that for now. I could just put the parentheses in here. I don't think it'll hurt anything. We'll find out. Yeah, so we'll just wait that one out. Someday 1.6 will be what we're using, and that'll be fine. So, no, it's not going to be there. We need to look over here in the audio module. And so one of the code paths comes through here, and we can do the preload in play last. Oh, I see. So that's preloading the item media. I'm concerned. So I thought it had come up with a bumper. We're only preloading the media right now. So is it the case? We're putting the bumper, the song on in the case where we call next announcement item or next song item. So I think that's not preloaded, but I don't think that the insert's going to strip it off of there. So I think in that case we're good. So the next play code path, we don't need to add a preload. So this is just a case of I didn't even think of it, didn't add it. It's not in here at all. So not that I missed something. That was the media I was thinking about when we added the preloading of the media. So we'd best also add preloading for Oh, well, these are all on the item. So song and bumper, right? And I think that actually covers us. Now we'll need to do the same thing on the background, or check that I already did it. Okay, so let's see, XHR, current audio. I think we can just leave that off, right? Yeah. Okay, so we picked up an announcement, a bumper, and oh, gotta scroll. That's still playing. Oh, because it's actually a song, so it's got quite a long length, so it'll take a couple minutes for that to finish. That's kind of cool, though. You can see that remaining time countdown, so that's working right. Yeah, well, we'll let that tick down while we go take a look at the situation with backgrounds. So again, here we do that. Now, if we create a background, oh, because the background's the thing. So over here, it's probably already, I mean, let's take a look, but yeah, it's preloading the background so it can get to the media. Okay, so that was always covered fine. It was just here that we needed to bring in the song and the bumper. So almost there. Okay, cool. So it brought in a new song. Now let's make sure it can grab an existing. It can. Okay, so we're fixed. Great. Seems like we should be able to commit some stuff now. Let's be sure the current, oh yeah, current background works too. Gotta scroll. Great, okay, so it made a new one, and that worked fine. And getting an existing one works fine too. Good, that all works. Yeah, so that is enough of our player API to get going. Yep, so that's part of this. As is that. Well, do we want to commit that as a separate? I don't think so. I think we'll just let it all be one commit. That. Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's right down the middle of what we're doing. And adding that to the router. All of the render clauses for our view. So that's it. Player API. All right. Cool. Oops. Cool. So that gets us our API. Something else I was thinking of. What do we want to do next? I think, so I've got some songs and backgrounds that folks have submitted already. I've been, as I mentioned, I think before, I have had a couple of different prototypes in place, and I've also been working with people by email and chat and that kind of thing. And so I already have some backgrounds and some songs that folks have submitted or agreed to have used on the service. Speaking of which, if you or someone you know is interested in either, please, reach out to me. You can use the comments or shoot me an email. Support@parksdigital.com is a good way to reach me. And let me know if you have something you'd like on here. As you can see, we're going to be crediting both the backgrounds and the songs with the artist's name, title, and also an URL. What a lot of folks have asked for is for that URL to go to their Spotify or to their iTunes so that they can capture some revenue on folks who discover them through this service. And so I think that's, especially with this type of music, I think that's a nice way to help with discovery, because it's kind of, you don't really have like radio play or like concerts, and some of the traditional ways people discover music aren't as easy for lo-fi. So I think artists in this space depend on other means of discovery, and hopefully this can be one of them. And as we go along and try to develop the service and understand like the business side of it, I'll be looking at that and other ways that we can make sure that artists are able to make some money for their art and be able to support themselves and continue making the stuff we enjoy. So that's a whole other ball of wax, is like the business side of things, but we're just looking at the code for now. So all that to say that I already have some media, and I think I'd like to import it like all in one go rather than, so like of course I can and probably will build like a web interface to manage the media, the songs, the bumpers, the backgrounds. Probably build out a web interface for that eventually, and probably one to accept submissions. I've had that in some of the prototypes, and it was well received. So, but for now, I think I just want something I can use in the REPL to import what I already have, which is not huge, but more than I'd prefer to do by hand. And I could picture using that in the future too. If an artist had a fair-sized collection that they wanted to submit, it might make sense to just reach out directly and we'd chat with each other. I could also potentially see it used in some recovery situations if everything really went wrong. But like I keep database and file system backups, I'd be surprised if I needed to use it for that. Anyway, it should be pretty quick to do so, and might make good video as well. So let's see what we could do for that. So I think I'll want like a couple of functions. So one like import bumpers, and one like import songs, and then import backgrounds, because I do have them all separated out, and they have a little bit different metadata. The songs and the backgrounds are pretty similar right now, but I have or can get the metadata in tab-delimited format. Import bumpers from import bumpers with tab-delimited metadata. Returns bumpers probably, huh? Import bumpers path. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm trying to imagine what I want to do. I think there's a way to do a stream over the lines in a file. Is any of that true? Oh, file stream, look at that. Returned by file.stream. Returns a file stream for the given path with the given modes. Line or bytes. Line is the default. Great. Yeah, so modes we probably don't have to mess with. So I think we could do something like file stream path. This is going to quickly turn into a pipeline, isn't it? So that turns the file path into a stream of lines. And then I think we're going to want to map each stream of lines to, well, it's tab delimited, right? So is there like a string split? God, that seems like something I've used before. Seems like something you use all the time, right? Split. White space occurrence. Nope, that won't work. Based on a pattern. Okay, or it can be a string, a list of strings. Okay. So I think we could do, so now it's going to be a stream of lists. Well, now do we want to split it into lists first? Maybe, you know, what I could see doing. Yeah, I guess let's do the string split here. And then could we do, oh, is that, do we want to do that? I'm trying to remember here. Yeah, I guess we want to do stream.map, right? Map, and then function. Now there's going to be, for bumpers, there's going to be two fields. There's going to be the name and the URL, or not the URL, the name and the path to the media file. So that's going to be name and path. So we always expect a 2-element list. And then let me think. So I kind of want to now, well, so what I'm thinking about is how much checking should this do when it reads the tab delimited file. Because the file very well may have a missing field, an extra field, a mistyped file name. These are all pretty believable circumstances, particularly the mistyped file name. So what I would not like to have happen is for some of the files to be imported and some of them not, and the error stopped one from being imported, right? So, however, if we map the input lines to calls to create song, we could handle the error cases without crashing and just emit an error message, and then we would know that those needed to be handled separately. So let's take that approach because I like that better than just refusing the entire input file. Let's do what we can with it, and if there's a couple of exceptions, then those can be handled exceptionally. So let's say we're going to get the name and the path out of there, and then create bumper, and that's let's structure it like this. And path. I know we're overloading that path name right now. That's fine. Or isn't that fine? Should we say like, how about media path? You want to do that? Okay. So, one case is okay, bumper. IO silver away. It was funnier before I said it, sorry. I'm operating without a script here. I told you that in the first video. Like, this is gonna be what it is. I never do this. IO to put S, that sounds ES. Cool, okay, IO.put S. Actually, you know what, what if we did something goofy like this? Okay. Imported. So then this could be used not just at the REPL. This could be used up like in the web thing too. Somehow, maybe. Anyway, let's try it this way. Imported bumper, well, bumper, we know what we're importing. Name. Okay, and then if there's an error, that'll be a change set. It could be a message. Is that a thing? And then if it's change set, in fact, we should do like could not import name. Right, like that's a lot better. I don't really want to just dump the change set. But let's say something like could not import, could not validate name, could not parse media path. That's the right thing. Okay, could not validate name. That'll work too. And okay. So that's our case, and indeed I think that's our function, and I think that's our function. So that's, yeah, just like that. Well, let's give that a little whirl. Test.tsv. So it's going to be like test bumper. Recompile that. That didn't work. Is string. Oh, so that's not a real thing. What? Oh, it's probably is binary, isn't it? I'll betcha. Bingo. Change set is unused. Oh, yeah. Okay. You know, how do I recompile those dependencies? Because I don't think it has noticed that I put those parentheses in there. Well, I'll keep poking at that. Won't waste your time with it too much. So what I was looking at was lo-fi limo, audio, import bumpers, and then that's going to be test.tsv. That didn't work great. Oh, right. Well, we could do... So there's a couple of ways to approach that, but let's do it this way. Okay. Line. I think that's pretty clear way to do that. Right, because so this stream actually returns a stream, and so you would need to do like stream map, and then like stream map, and as the function you would give string split. But let's just put it right in here. Do you think, or do you want to do it the other way? So let's look at both ways, then you'll know. Why not? I think it's 6 1/2 dozen the other type situation. Oh, you know what else we have to do here? Because again, this is just going to return the stream, is we actually need to enumerate it at some point. So, okay, so this would be like that, I think, right? Right, so it just gives us the stream. Okay, fine. But what we also should do is enum to list. I think that's going to be a good way to turn this into a list. So this is actually going to consume the stream and turn it into a list of these return values here that we're generating. Oh. Is there, okay, so it doesn't take the new line. All right. Okay, so the first, wow. All right, so let's see. I mean, that's fine. But we can't, modes, what? We don't know what that is. Stream mode. Trim byte order mark, that doesn't help us. What's encoding mode? Okay, yeah. No help. Lines or bytes? No, that doesn't help us. Okay, so we're gonna have to, what we'd call in Perl chomp that string. Pad, replace trailing. That could work. Let's do if you know a better way to do this, let me know down in the comments, because I'm just making this up as I go. Maybe there's like a very idiomatic way to accomplish this. But we're gonna do string replace trailing, which seems reasonable. The match is a new line and the replacement's an empty string. So let's see how that does. Oh, huh. Surprised you didn't catch that, is we need to do that before we split it. You were screaming at the screen, weren't you? You're like, you're doing it backwards. Yeah, I was. I did it backwards. Hey, cool. So yeah, right. We see our queries to put the thing in, and then we get our list of results just like we should. Great. All right, let's kind of copy that for songs. It's probably almost a copy pasta, but I'm gonna just type through it and hopefully catch the differences. Returns results. What is it? List of okay message or error message. Yeah, that's what it really returns. Returns results. What? Did I really think I could get away with that? Okay. You weren't gonna let me get away with that, were you? Okay. Songs. Metadata path. Yeah, we'll do this the same. I mean, I guess I could make a little module that was like dedicated to text separated values or tab separated values and like, okay, now here we're gonna have the artist, the title, the URL, and the media path. Yeah, like I was saying, I could make a module dedicated to like tab separated value stuff, and probably factor out everything but like this function, right? Maybe later. Yeah, like that. And okay, so create song. Media path. Yeah, actually I could, I see what I would do now is I could actually factor this out two ways. One, well, what the heck, let's do it, huh? So this one will end up over on another module. We'll factor it into another module to for when we do the backgrounds, right? So this will what do we call this? Stream, yeah. Stream. List of fields for each line of input CSV file at given path. Returns stream. Let's do it like that. So this guy is going to look like yeah, that doesn't completely cut it down, but that gets this boilerplate out of there. And then that'll let us do kind of our destructuring the way we want here. And it keeps it flexible. Like if there was some additional pre-processing we wanted to do, we have the stream rather than just having to live within that one function. We could still pipeline that stream into other stuff. It also gives us flexibility of what we want to do with it afterwards. We haven't already turned it into a list, so if we want to do more stream stuff after our function, we can do that too, and we can compose it with multiple functions or whatever. So we'll go like that. I think that's a good place to split it. So this is going to be like stream meta. Path, which I think, the convention is kind of like that. Okay, so that cuts that down some, but then the other piece of the puzzle is well, now, how do we want to We'll call that import results, and then we'll pass into that Wow, how do you really sum up what the heck that is? It's just a tuple. Oh, we can't use that. Result. Describe import result. Yeah, how about that? Case result, and then that's this stuff here. Normally I'd put a new line there, but so that's not necessarily a bumper, but that could be struct imported message, change set. Result. We need some kind of a description. Okay. I mean, we could, the media path. Yeah, it's all, we'll just use description right through. And then, in fact, maybe, if we do we just use the media path as the description, right? I kind of like that. So that tightens that up pretty good. This we'll put down here. And that's getting factored out in a second. In fact, why not right now? TSV helper. Tab helper. Tab file helper. Tab-delimited helper. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. You see that? Cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and make that module. Tab-delimited helper. That's it. Okay. What if we call this the import helper? Import helper. Yeah. Let's see. produce and add a message tuple for based on given import result. Checks for results like OK struct, error message, and error change set. Returns OK message or error message. Yeah, like that. We don't need to say import here then. Describe result. Stream metadata. Yeah, let's do it like that. And indeed, we can probably alias that. All right, import helper. There we go. I think that'll be pretty good for when we go to do backgrounds. Import helper. Did we change stream metadata? Stream metadata. They just do there. Stream metadata. Create song. Like that. And wow, man. Okay. I think that might work. Nope. Cool. That still works. Let's see if it works with the songs. Forgot something important. That's why you check. Cool, that works. Just because it should be the same doesn't mean it is the same. So let's do the dangerous thing and copy paste that. And over in backgrounds. Oh, you know what? Why don't we just go for the gold here? Okay, import backgrounds. Import helper. Hope you get that reference, right? I just look like a real idiot. Should copy the songs one. Artist, title, Earl. That might work. Let's find out. I may as well just retype all of that. Backgrounds, Gorans, grounds, import backgrounds. It works. All right. Great, so then the work I gotta do is to actually do that import, make sure all my metadata looks good, and get that stuff in here and clean up the database. So as we go forward, we can actually have some data to work with, which will be cool. And yeah, so that should be import media. All right, so I'll work on that, and we'll call this video a video. And next time, I think we'll be back to doing some front-end stuff. We got our XHR function, we got our API endpoints. We'll have real, like, live data in the database, and that's probably a good place to start from for building out the front end and seeing what it's actually going to work like. And we'll probably start with how it works and write some more JavaScript mostly. And then once that's starting to look all right, we'll get into the how it looks, do a bunch of CSS, and hopefully find a good way to get the look that I've prototyped and I'm hoping to achieve while still supporting some older browsers, or at least at a level of sophistication appropriate to their age. How's that? So yeah, so if you saw something I did really wrong, or that I could have done a different way, or if you just have a question about something I did, you'd like to hear more about it, let me know down in the comments. Maybe we can learn something from each other. Let me know how the videos themselves are. Like, are they too long? Are they too short? Any kind of technical issues you notice, or things you wish were different? I don't know, any kind of feedback you got for me on the videos. I'm eager to make good videos, so I try to make videos I would enjoy, but you're a better judge of what you would enjoy, so let me know what your thoughts are. Yeah, so till next time, take her easy.